Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of Destination X USA Season 1, Episode 4. Let the deceit begin.
Ooh,
Wow.
it's getting good.
I feel this was a better episode than 3.
Yes.
Are you watching The Snake on Fox?
I have not started it. So tell me, is it worth picking up?
All right. I think it is very comparable to Destination X, the deceit part.
Okay.
Obviously, it's called The Snake. It's a really good cast. Really good cast. Jim Jeffries, who is hilarious. Like one of my favorite people. Like, oh my God, back when he was on Opie and Anthony talking about felching is one of the greatest episodes of all time. He is not being Jim Jeffries. Like literally, they could have had any what do they call it on NPC character?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He's like an NPC host right now. And I'm hoping it's just first episode, first hosting show jitters, because he could be great and we're getting nothing from him.
Okay.
At all.
He's just could have been anyone cast for that role.
And I felt like they chose Jim Jeffries because he's Jim Jeffries and like he could. So, but I feel like he's getting his sea legs. We saw the same thing with the GOAT. Like episode 1 of the GOAT, Daniel Tosh kind of sucked. And then episode 2, 3, and 4, he shines.
Gotcha.
So, whereas Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they're just like, hey, and he's like, yeah, any of that. I'm Jeffrey Dean. I'm just gonna be Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and we're just gonna. There's gonna happen to be a show going on around me.
Yeah. No, I mean I can appreciate Jeffrey for what he's doing for this show.
He's the star.
He is the star, and he's giving it his all. He's really playing a character within being a host.
Yeah, Jim Jeffries is not playing a character whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that's disappointing, but I do think he's going to get his legs under him, and I think he's going to be great. But the concept is great, and it's some scumbaggy shit. So, and the girl that was the first snake, she had a fucking checklist of shit she was planning on doing to screw people over, and she was just, and so like there's like an ex-con. And she was like, oh my God, like most of my family has been in prison like multiple times. He's like, oh wow. And then there's a cop and she was like, yeah, so she goes, yeah, most of my family's been in prison. She's like, yep, that was bullshit. And then she goes up to this cop. She's like, yeah, my dad was a sheriff and my mom was, and she's like, bullshit as well. I'm lying to all these people.
Gotcha. So is it kind of like $1 Million Secret where there's like one person and then it can change and stuff who the person is?
No, so the snake, whoever the snake is, they choose one person to save, and then that person chooses one person to save, and then that person chooses one person to save, and then once it gets down to the final 2 people, the snake chooses who to kill.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, we're here to talk Destination X. So the snake podcast we can save for
we have a snake podcast. It's on the network.
we do. Yeah.
We've got and the daughter of the bounty hunter on the snake is on the podcast.
Yeah, so definitely go check out the Snake After Show. Episode 2 they'll be doing tonight, immediately after the episode. They do a great job. So if you haven't checked it out, and if you're watching the show, go check them out. They do a great job.
Yeah, and if you're not watching Love Island, you're insane. It's the greatest season. The last 2 episodes were the greatest 2 episodes of television in the history of reality TV ever.
See, you say this, I'm not watching Love Island.
You don't have 6 nights a week?
Yeah, 6 nights a week is insane.
That's insanity. So
it's insanity.
We're loving it so much. I mean, like, it is literally the highlight of my day.
Man, you know what show I actually just finished, and I binged in 2 seasons in 2 days. Johnny, are you a fan of Squid Game?
Yeah.
Okay. There's another show called Alice in Borderlands. Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of it.
Check it out. It's on Netflix. It's better than Squid Game, in my opinion. Very similar concept.
Okay, I'll
Check it
check
out.
that out. I just finished on Max the Pee Wee Herman as himself.
Oh, I've been wanting to see that. Is that good?
I literally cried for 2 hours.
Oh, I want to see that. I really
It's
do.
so
My
good.
wife's not a fan.
Oh yeah, I love him. And I remember being like 7 years old when the Pee Wee Herman special came out on home box office. It was not called
Mm-hmm.
HBO back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't even realize it was like 6 years later before Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but no, it's incredible. Oh my God, this guy, there's so much going on behind the scenes that, it's a real tearjerker. But
yeah,
episode 4, Destination X, Let the Deceit Begin. We're 301 miles to the next X, and Ty is sticking to the lie.
yes. Oh my gosh. Is she ever? And she's not even like, the thing is, people know she's full of shit, right? Like, people know that she's lying, and she's still regurgitating the same lie, being like, you know what, I'm all in on this. Like, at what point do you fold your card? Because there's no way you didn't meet Jana when Shane met Pilot Pete. Like, there's no way.
It makes no sense. And so here's the concept of them all on the bus and the closed quarters means there are more conversations happening with people that typically wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
Like, if you're at Traders, you're in the castle and you each go to your hotel room and all that stuff. That's less conversations happening. On Survivor, you're on an island. It's a big island.
Mm-hmm.
There's less conversation. On a bus, you're stuck right there with these people. So conversations are happening between everyone. And Shane's just like, look, I met Pilot Pete. He gave me the gimmick. And then I literally heard Ty screaming with another girl. Yeah. Obviously, Jana.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, are you as confused as I am by the design layout of the bus or buses? Because
there's got to be 2 buses.
There's got to be 2 buses, and it almost feels like it's like a double-decker bus, like, because nothing's
They're acting like upstairs and downstairs, but it doesn't look as though the bus is a double-decker, right?
No, they're making it seem like it's just a normal, like, band bus. Yeah. But then you see them walk upstairs to like this top part, and there's no way they're coming from outside without the goggles on or something. So they're clearly going up to like a second level.
Yeah.
Like when Jeffrey comes on the bus to reveal who's out, they're all just sitting there. They're not blindfolded, and he's not like opening a door and walking in. He's walking up something because they're on some kind of upper level. So for me, like, there's one part in this episode where the 4 of them, that little clique, they all go up. They're like come and they're like walking up, and then they're having a conversation, but they're not being quiet at all. It's when they're lying to Ty. We'll get to that. But when they're sitting there talking, they're not being quiet at all. They're talking just like you and I talking right now. Yeah. So it's clear that they know the other people can't hear them. But if you're on a bus that looks like the bus they're showing us, there's no way that's possible.
The math doesn't math.
It doesn't, and it's really bothering me. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I can't understand.
Biggie lying about meeting Jana.
Right? I get it, but I don't know. Sorry, that's just my little pet peeve that was really bothering me this episode.
Yeah. The math doesn't math.
No.
Yeah.
No. So nothing's mathing.
Jana is a military brat who grew up all over the world. She's showing all of her cards. So I think it's a smart move because it's just she's hot and the voice says dumb. And so if you're just like, hey, I don't want to work with this girl because she's potentially dumb, what of an asset is she really? Whereas Jana's just like, no, I just talk like this. It's fake. That's not how she really talks. Trust me. When she gets mad on Love Island, she does not sound like that. At all.
Yeah, she's giving me vibes, though, too, where she's trying to let us know how smart she is when she's like doing her diary room sessions. But at the same time, I feel like it's also like she's trying to portray that she's smarter than she is. But I think she's really just there living the motions.
I think she's smarter than you think she is.
I mean, I'll love to be pleasantly surprised, but I feel like out of the two, Peter's the one doing all the work, and she's just benefiting from being there late.
Yeah,
with
well,
Peter.
because I don't think they're talking. I think the guys are scared to talk to the hot girl, and I think the girls are intimidated by the hot girl.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's a pretty normal situation.
Like it's like, oh my god, he's so great.
Yeah. I mean, and it is true when Rick says like, "Oh, I want to have a pilot on my side." Like, I get it. Yeah, like Pilot Pete, he's got that charisma, he's got that smile. He seems like just like an every guy, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not
that
like
just happens to be a pilot and mostly in Europe.
Exactly. So
and Rick is like, "Will you be my new best friend?"
Yes. Oh, okay. I will get to it, but there's so much more I want to talk about Rick too.
Yeah. So, well, Biggie is not trying to give Pete intel, and Rick's like, I'm willing to tell him the last four of my social security.
No, I think this is a very smart move by Rick. I think Rick going all in on basically no one wanted to work with him. People, one by one, like Biggie wanted to work with him separate by himself, but he's not part of the main clique, right?
No.
And then there's other people that have used Rick in certain situations when they need something, but no one's directly wanting to work with Rick. No. So this is genius of Rick being like, hey, two new people, perfect. Now we can all three be on the bottom together, but we're a clique and we're going to be able to run this thing.
We're on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Pete's a pilot. He's looking for a co-pilot, and he also farts a lot in his sleep.
Okay, so
didn't have that on your bingo card, did you?
Did not have that on my bingo card. Between that and the constant kissing by Allie and Shane, this bus is probably getting pretty hot, sweaty, and gross. Especially if it's not a double-decker bus like we think it is.
Yeah, especially Pete's farts everywhere.
Imagine like living on that bus though. Like, what is there? One shower, for 12 people. Yeah. I'm sure it's getting pretty rank in there.
Okay, well, we're in our first place. We get the visuals with the goggles and all that and other stuff. You see tulips. We're obviously in Holland, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was my first guess was going to be it's going to be another big European country, right? So if you think about it, it does leave such countries as like Germany, Belgium, Denmark, stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
I think that's next. I think next week is probably Brussels or Frankfurt or whatever.
I think it has to be Germany next week. Like, I feel like Germany's like the next big one that they would use.
Yeah. So
the Netherlands was a nice mid-tier one.
Yeah. So, well, Ty, Mac, and Allie are in a restaurant. Everyone else is 150 feet up in the air. I would not like this.
Yeah, this would. Well, the thing was they're blindfolded the whole time, right? So they know they're sitting and they know they're lifted, but luckily they can't see around them. I think I would have been worse off being Biggie or Rick. And when they turn those goggles on, because it's not even just the fact that you're up high, you still have those goggles on. So it's going to be very like disorienting to be that high and looking through goggles, right? Because you can't see what you're sitting on.
Yeah, I don't think I want to win this one.
I don't think I want to win this one either. Like you and I, we've talked about this last episode. We are not good when it comes to heights and stuff like that, like jumping out of airplanes.
Yeah.
This would bother me, especially with the disorientation.
Well, Kim doesn't have a problem with that. She also doesn't have a problem with tequila because she likes to get naked and take all her clothes off when she drinks it.
Go, Kim. I'm still getting Kim winter vibes. Like Kim or Rick winter vibes are really coming through.
I feel like Kim could join in on this Rick, Jaina, Pilot Pete deal.
She doesn't like Pete though. She doesn't like him.
I think she might like him. I could see a conversation next week, her going, I overheard you guys. I just want to thank you. And then Pete going, hey, the more the merrier. Let's make 4 of us. 2 guys, 2 girls.
Maybe. I mean, who benefited the most this episode than Kim just being in the right place at the right time? Because otherwise, I don't think she was getting that info from anyone.
I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? Well, guess what? We learn something about Rick every week. We learn he's a big bird watcher, probably a CIA, Canadian CIA operative, and of course, he owned a restaurant.
This is what I wanted to talk about with Rick. I was like, okay, what is it next week's episode going to give us about Rick, right?
Yeah.
And his entire all his children are adopted and from foreign countries. Like what's like the next big breaking news? Because it's every episode there's a new job, new highlight to his life, something.
He was a flag maker. He used to make flags for other countries.
He's the person who created Google Maps. So you know, like
or Google Earth.
Google Earth, excuse me. Yeah. See,
so he's like, oh yeah, I was one of the developers on Google Earth, but you know, I mean, I'm more of a bird watcher.
That was just for fun.
Yeah,
bird watching professionally.
Yeah, Google Earth was fun. That was a side hustle,
side project.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's Team Alley, Team Ty, Team Mac, and Team Alley. They have the ox tongue from Austria. Team Mac has the fermented herring. Biggie won an IHOP pancake eating contest somewhere in the South.
That tracks.
Yeah, big time. And he got free pancakes for a year.
How many pancakes do you need in a year, though? Like, what benefit is there to winning that competition?
Well, here's the beauty of Biggie. So, like, Rick is, you know, each time it's like, yes, I was a CIA operative, you know, yes, I, you know, but Biggie's just like, I want a pancake eating, like, it's each week, it's like, hey, I got some shit too, but it's always like on a much lower level.
Well, and once you've already eaten like 20 pancakes to win a competition, aren't you like done with pancakes for like the next 6 months?
Potentially. But I mean, like Rick next week is be like, yes, I used to run a fishing dispensary. And Biggie's be like, hey man, I was at a carnival one time and won a goldfish. It's like, all right, same.
Spoiler alert, that was actually Rick's IHOP that he won the pancake eating contest.
Yes, he does own a chain of IHOPs.
That's next week's episode, as we find out Rick actually owned all the IHOPs.
Yeah. So, well, I did John Daly's celebrity golf tournament in Branson, Missouri at the Murder Rock Golf Course. And Hooters was a sponsor, and I got free Hooters for a year.
Hooters for a year. That I can get on board with.
And I used it and I abused it, but not as much as James, the gravedigger from Survivor, who, as a result of that, used his Survivor money, bought a big traveling bus, and lived on it in Malibu. Right, or in between Malibu and Santa Monica, and literally went to Hooters every day.
Good for him. I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Also,
they have a vast menu.
So does that mean James for season 2 of Destination X, since he's already had the bus experience?
Maybe they'll use this bus.
Hey, is it double decker?
Maybe that's the second bus. It's James's.
James Clement just driving behind.
Yeah. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Also, who benefited the most in this competition? The 3 girls that didn't have to eat shit. Like, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought for a fact that when they were sitting there and they saw all the things in front of them, when they picked something, they would have to eat it too. Like, why do they not have to do anything?
Yeah, because I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan didn't want to watch them eat gross shit.
Like, they had the luckiest position in this whole thing. They didn't have to go up high. They didn't have to be disoriented. They didn't have to eat anything nasty. They just had to put a little tiny flag in the thing, in the whatever thing that was they thought they were eating.
Yeah, Team Ty was spicy tripe. And if you're wondering what tripe is, you ever eat those Vienna sausages?
Yeah, I mean, I've had one before.
Yeah, those are tripe. Like Spam, that's tripe.
Is that tripe? Okay, I would not have known that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not too bad then.
No. No, not at all. And spicy tripe, let's fucking go.
Yeah, no, but how are you with like
that's Southern filet mignon.
Biggie's right at home there.
Biggie's like, why didn't I get the tripe?
Does he win a year-long supply of tripe?
He did get it.
But does he get now that he ate that and won the competition, does he get a year's supply of tripe?
I don't know. Well, Rick used to own a tripe factory.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
So how are you with gross food eating competitions?
I'm from the South. I mean, there's a restaurant called Heartline Restaurant, I think 4 miles from my house, that I go for breakfast, and on the menu, and I order, always well done, brains and eggs, and it's pig brains.
Wait, you choose to eat brains and eggs?
Yes.
Why?
It's good.
Johnny,
yeah.
First off,
and then we have a Mexican food truck about 6 miles from my house, and I ordered the cow tongue there.
Johnny, okay.
The South is a different creature, brother.
This is blowing my mind. Okay, yeah. So you have the choice to get like steak and eggs, and you're like, nah, fuck that. Give me the brains.
Give me the brains and eggs, please. Well done. Because if you don't order them well done, they're a little runny. And the last thing you want are runny brains.
I'm gonna throw up right now. Okay.
Runny brains are not good.
Johnny, you told me I gotta come out there and visit you one of these times. If you take me to the brains and eggs place, I swear to God,
you're ordering it.
Let's do that. Let's go skydiving. Why not? You know? Oh God. I can't believe that. That's mind-boggling to me that you choose and pay to eat something like that.
It's good. It's good shit, brother.
That sounds okay. This is really a lot.
We got hog balls, chitlins, like pig's feet. We got pickled pig feet at the convenience store.
Okay. At what point was it the first time when someone's like, oh, you should try the brains and eggs, and you immediately thought, oh, that's a good idea?
When I was a little kid, I used to get those Penrose hot sausages. I get the pickled eggs, and then I worked my way up to pig's feet, and then brains and eggs. That was all. Yeah.
Okay. Us Southern Californians, we don't eat that shit. Okay. Yeah.
Like a nearly ripe avocado is like on the bubble for you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. And if there's even a little black in there, it's like, oh, just toss it.
Just toss it.
And I live in the avocado capital of the world down here in Southern California too.
Yeah.
So well, besides Mexico. So here's the other thing I wanted to ask you then. Oh my God, I just lost it. So if you were on Survivor and a gross food eating competition came up again, you'd have no problem then.
No. So
okay,
I was mad at the we had the gross food eating thing on House of Villains.
Yeah,
and Bananas got the eyeballs because they were smaller, but we were told you couldn't just swallow them, and he did. He cheated.
Ew.
So I ordered the pig brains.
Oh, because you were like, oh, I paid to eat that anyways. Might as well just get that.
But like, and I think I finished second, but like it didn't matter. It was just first one to finish. But the pig brain, it was just more of it. That's the only reason he won and I didn't.
Oh, that's lame. They didn't make you redo it?
No, because we couldn't prove that he did. He was like, I bit it in half and swallowed it, and it was just like, well, I don't think he did. And they're like, well, we can't prove it.
Well, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
The one thing on this competition,
I just swallowed it. I'm like, of course he did.
Of course he did. I mean, hey, big brained it. He literally big brained it. The one thing on this competition though, I would have been totally fine with. I've eaten frog legs before on a cruise.
Yeah, well, I order frog legs here.
Yeah, frog legs I don't have a problem with. Frog legs taste like chicken. They're good.
Yeah, those did not appear to be overly cooked frog legs.
No, they almost look deep fried.
I don't know. Well, you're supposed to deep fry them, but I didn't feel they looked deep fried. I thought they looked. I don't know. So I'm sure they were fine. So, but yeah, no, I order. There's a steak place that has frog legs here.
Okay, does every place in the South just have obscure animal intestines
Yeah.
and stuff? Like, yeah, like
Oh yeah, no,
that's
you can order sheep balls. They're called Rocky Mountain oysters.
yeah. Oh God. Um, I'm like, I can't go to the South. I'm screwed. Like my precious tongue.
Have you ever had sheep balls?
No, I raise sheep and they're assholes. So no, I went no, I don't even okay, I will say this.
Sheep balls are good.
When I was growing up, I was in FFA in high school, right? I was vice president, all that stuff of Future Farmers of America for those that don't know. And every year I raised a lamb or sheep and would take it to the fair and show it and then sell it for market. And every year the local PPAV hall would do a big lamb feed of all the lambs they bought from the children. And I had the lamb once. It was one of the worst things I've ever had. But since then, at the restaurant I work with now, we have a lamb chop special. Phenomenal. It's great.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I just got bad lamb back in the day, but it's a good. I do appreciate it. I don't know if I could eat the testicles though.
Yeah, they're good. So, well,
the South might be too much.
It could be. So, well, now it's time for dessert. Allie's team got the red currants. Jana throws that up. Mac gets the sea buckthorn soup. Kim doesn't finish. And Team Ty wins. Rick and Biggie, they eat their stuff. And they get to look around. It's a Netherlands flag. They are in Volendam, Netherlands.
I thought in that moment, I thought, oh my God, they're finally doing it. They're doing an obscure place in a country. Like, I don't know how anyone's going to know where this is, but I like that they're changing it up. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Not the American version. So
not the American version.
Biggie and Rick can't trust Ty, and they're like, let's tell Ty it's Belgium or Germany. And then let's see if she tells anyone. And if she doesn't tell anyone, we know we can trust her. Well, she tells Pilot Pete the next morning.
I mean, it was a great idea, like by Biggie and by Rick. Like, let's test this theory and let's see if we can trust her. As much as she benefited from not having to eat or be up high, she really got kind of screwed by not being able to be a part of, hey, now look out and see what's out there. Right?
Yes.
Like, she has to get all that knowledge secondhand, which I feel like is a good, it's a good buffer between you didn't have to do anything in this competition besides pick what you thought they were saying. So they get all the benefits.
No, I'm cool. This was probably the best episode because there was so much manipulation and strategy and Ty literally proved what they suspected.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought this was great.
So, well, guess what? We get more of Rick's backstory. He opened up a restaurant during COVID. And it's like,
that's
finally a swing and a miss from Rick. Everything else has been coming up Millhouse, but building a restaurant in 2018, opening 2020 did not work out for the old Rickster. That
was rough. And I feel for Rick. I feel like this is where we got the Rick possible winner edit. Like here, because of like the crying and like the sad story about his restaurant on top of his birds, on top of the FBI. Like it's all adding up to this could possibly be a winner edit.
Canadian FBI. And he reveals that he has a wife and 3 kids. And Jana's like, oh my God, it must be so hard to have a wife and 3 kids. And I'm like, wow.
She said a couple things in this episode that just made me laugh out loud. Like, what was it earlier in the episode when she was talking to Allie and them? And they're like, Allie's like, oh, I've been to all 7 continents. And she's like, oh, that must have been cool or something. She said something. And I was just like, that didn't really track with what like the conversation was going.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of it is the Love Island season 6 spinoff after the Villa is coming out shortly. Jana is on with her guy, Kenny, and it appears as though shit doesn't work out for Jana and Kenny. So I am pretty excited for that.
You and Love Island, man.
I love Love Island. Oh my God, it's the best. Well, Peter pitches Jane and him joining Rick, and Rick is interested, and Rick is like, well, have you heard anything? He goes, yeah, Ty told me that the clue is Belgium, and it was 3 colors. And goes into Ty actually had more details than what Biggie and Rick told Ty.
And 100%. And honestly, this was great by Peter, right?
Yeah.
Like he was being honest, and he went to the exact right person to give this information to.
Yeah, and he goes to anyone else. He goes to Kim. This shit ain't flying.
100%. Even if he goes to Biggie, who was privy to this knowledge,
oh yeah,
I don't think Biggie gives him the correct info. It was literally Rick was the one option he had. With this is the person to work with that will give you correct information.
Well, that's why Peter was our favorite faithful.
I do love me some Pilot Pete. Like I'm a big Pilot Pete guy.
Yeah, I think Pilot Pete could be on at every show.
100%. But also, how do you go on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and not find love? Like, I will give that. There's something there.
I mean, I don't know. I've met many of those Bachelorette chicks, and they're a lot.
Hey, you would know better than I would, my friend.
Yeah. So no, I'm very happy with my fiance, and if given the opportunity for any of I'm very happy with my pick.
If you didn't have a fiance and they had geriatric Love Island, Johnny's on.
Well, wait. Oh my God. I would be on the regular Love Island, I think.
Would you?
I don't, who's to say?
I think geriatric Love Island has a great ring to it.
Well, they have the Golden Bachelor, Robbie. You don't have to do geriatric.
Yeah, it's not golden. It's not Golden Love Island. It's geriatric Love.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
I do.
Great, you watch that. Do a podcast.
That's the Love Island I will watch.
Yeah. So, well, Rick's like, hey, we're in the Netherlands. Rick has an alliance. Rick has been waiting this entire season to say, I have an alliance.
Listen, good for Rick. I mean, this twist couldn't have worked out better for anyone else.
No. Hey, where am I?
Where are you? Jersey Mike Subs? Oh, Rick owns that franchise too, doesn't he?
Along with Bruce Springsteen, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
You always have the most obscure shirts. I love it. Like they're the greatest. Like of all people.
And thanks to Philip, a nice Austin hat. So I'm Mr. America today.
I was gonna say July 4th is in a few weeks. You might have that same outfit on. Who's to say?
I will have something very, very comparable. So there we go. All right. Rick tells Biggie that Peter told him about Ty. Biggie's like, I knew it. Yes, that's why you came up with the plan, dum-dum. All right.
Yeah.
Goggles off again. It's a desert. It is literally the biggest floating sand dune in all of Europe. And if you're looking around, there are melted clocks and a Van Gogh style painting of Jeffrey, to which Mac is like, hey, I'm the smartest person here because the Van Gogh Museum is in Amsterdam.
Yes. Mac is very quick. But the thing is, they're not giving us enough.
We're not getting a Mac winner edit.
At all. Like, we're not even getting Mac on the show. Like, she's not involved in any of the strategy talks.
No. And she's probably my favorite person on the bus, and we're not getting any of it.
And it sucks because like you said, like Mac's, very smart. She's picking up on the things around her. She's doing really well when given the any kind of clue or any kind of minimum idea. Yeah, bare minimum info, but no strategy from Mac. Yeah. There's no strategic talk.
Yeah. So no. Guess what? You get to smash vases of who you don't trust. Allie's like, I'll go first. I'm gonna smash Jaina, and apparently you can't smash the person that smashed you.
I thought that was very strange. I mean, I guess I kind of get it because then it would just be everyone's just going after the person that just got them.
Yeah.
But I will say this, for being such a simple concept game and probably something normally I would hate, I didn't hate this challenge here.
Well, I said it reminded me that this is where I drew the comparison to the snake, because the snake, they nominate two people, or they pick one person to save, they pick one. So it's basically the opposite of this.
Yes, yeah.
So and that's their tribal every time, or the safety ceremony, if you will.
Safety ceremony. There you go. Would you have given it any thought that they were like in a deserty area, that this could be the Netherlands? Like, I felt like that was a very obscure place for them to do it. And I know they're not trying to give them too much info, but that was literally like nothing.
I think they chose that to throw them off the scent and to it's just like, hey, this is not the clue. Everything else is the clue. Yeah.
I can appreciate that. Hey, was there anything Jeffrey was wearing that was Netherlands? Oh, but like throughout the episode, like we didn't get him showing his boots. We didn't get him, Oh,
well, he probably smelled like weed the entire time.
That's where they should have gone at the end of the episode.
He said, if you were paying attention, he was like, a coffee shop where we can do other things.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's the coffee, a weed coffee shop.
Yes. I would have picked up on that had I heard it, but I just missed that part. But yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah,
where they probably didn't go, even though.
Well, we will find out. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll ask Ty. So, all right. So, Allie smashes Jaina. Jaina smashes Kim because she's the old lady. Jaina, I love you. Kim smashes Peter because she don't like these young, cocky, good-looking punks. Not when she's not drinking tequila and has her clothes on. Peter smashes Mac because she's and says she's smart. You're right. Mac smashes Ty. Ty's like, wait a second, and I think I'm in alliance there. Maybe. Ty smashes Rick. Wait a second, then you were. And Rick smashes Shane. Shane smashes Allie. And Jane's like, ain't that your girl?
Yeah, well, I'm sure Allie and Shane have been smashing the whole time, so I guess it's par for the course. He thought it was a different kind of smashing. He didn't pick up on the reference at the time.
No. So, well, Biggie wins, and everyone but Biggie has to go to the map room, and Biggie puts the goggles back on, takes the goggles off. He's in the VIP room. Now, this is the worst VIP room I've ever seen in my entire life. It is
very much so. It's literally a chair, and on the bottom of the plate, you get to know exactly where you're at. Is this like the worst thing to win of all time too? Because it's up there with like Heroes, Hustlersville, or whatever it was, where basically it's like, this is not an advantage. Like winning this was not an advantage.
Yeah, but I like that. I think that's what the challenge producers are really good in, that it's not so black and white, and I like that.
I completely agree, and I do like that.
That's why this episode is probably my favorite, because it was a little more involved.
They should have had the VIP room from the beginning. They should have had something like this at Twist.
Maybe they were waiting on the chair.
maybe the door wasn't fully put in.
Yeah, they had everything set up but the chair. I was like, oh. Okay. Well,
it was all. You know what? This room's actually in the third double-decker bus that they just had to bring on. They were waiting for it.
Why couldn't they have just had him in the map room, and you just get the clothes? Because like literally the map room looked more impressive than the VIP room.
Yeah, the VIP room really didn't have much in there, did it? I like the idea of the VIP room, but man, he got really lucky that it was like the one person he was targeting was the one person getting the least info.
Everything worked out, but yeah. So, the base was made in Amsterdam, but wait, there's a twist. You have to convince at least one player to place their X in the wrong country, or you go home. So Biggie immediately tells Shane Amsterdam because they're boys. Peter tells Shayna to trust Rick and says that it's Amsterdam, that that Rick told Peter. Allie overhears the Jaina and Peter conversation because Jaina and Peter are new to the bus and don't know that people just take naps and listen sometimes. And so Allie tells Kim Biggie pulls Shane, Ty, and Allie for a meeting, and Biggie reveals that the vase was made in Brussels, and Ty is like, all right, we're good. She leaves, Biggie leaves, and Allie's like, well, what's the deal? And he goes, oh yeah, that was all a lie. It's Amsterdam. We're good. And she's like, ooh. And to which Allie replies, maybe it's time to cut bait with Ty. I was like, wow.
Are you surprised that Allie didn't give that information to Ty? Because I thought she could have easily screwed these guys, or at least Biggie over.
I think if Ty had not done the Jaina lie, she would have told her.
This is a very risky decision by Allie because she had her cake and was eating it too, right? By having Ty as her number one, but also using Shane alongside him pulling in Biggie. She had a great thing going. But at this point, like, she's losing possibly the second closest person to her, if not the closest. And I get that lie sucked, but this is the person that you've been working with the whole game.
Yeah, but why the lie?
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes down to Ty being stupid and not going to her number one and giving her the truth. Because I feel like if she would have revealed to Allie at least and was like, listen, I'm lying about this to everyone. I kind of got backed into a corner, but I have to tell you because you're my number one. This is what honestly
happened. I don't think she did. She may have, but I don't think so. We'll find out.
We'll have to ask her.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's we go to the map room. I've never seen Rick so happy in my entire life. He's like, yes, the map room, and it's Amsterdam. Let's fucking go. And Ty's gut says it's not Brussels, but she's going to go with the intel she's got. And Jeffrey D. Morgan is on the bus. Say your goodbyes and get off my bus, Ty.
Oh, also, she was saying that, when he said, oh, it was chocolate and diamonds on the plate, she was like, well, I know the diamond capital is Antwerp. I'm a naive American. Where is Antwerp? Like, I'm probably saying that terribly wrong too. Where is that located?
I don't even. It's on Minecraft. I think. I'm not sure.
It's a make-believe place.
It's a Fortnite base, I believe.
I'm looking it up right now because if it's in the Netherlands, she screwed herself. Okay, here it is. It's in Belgium. So no matter what, it was Belgium.
Okay.
I guess not Brussels, but it's still Belgium.
Yeah. All right. Relax, lady. All right. Ty says she trusted her alliance. Before she gets off the bus, she needs to grab this knife out of her back. And then Biggie's like, hey, I get where your head's at, but just know this. I had to. The twist was I won. If one person did not place their ex in a different country, I would have gone home. And I think that was a little more palatable for her.
I think so too. I think her tone definitely changed after she found out the info because it's like, all right, well, it was either you or me, and you're going to protect yourself, obviously.
Yeah.
The thing that I think could have raised more red flags for her that I feel like she should have said was like, then why me? Like, why did you pick me to be the person to do that too?
Because you lied about Jaina, girl.
Exactly. Like, and I think that would have opened up a lot more. I feel like we would have got a lot more action between the two at that point. Like, I was really hoping for that.
I just see no advantage about lying about Jaina.
There's nothing there. I mean, that was obvious from the beginning that there was no advantage, especially like we've said it a million times, especially when Pilot Pete and Shane are saying that they met each other. You were the partner with that person and you both got an advantage separately.
And her girl screaming, not girl. Girls.
Like, they're not going to bring Pilot Pete to meet Shane and not bring Jaina to meet you. Like, that's beyond obvious.
Yeah. So, well, guess what? Brussels is 130 miles away from Amsterdam. And then Jeffrey says, let's go get high at a coffee shop, essentially. So I'm just like, oh, let's see if this is another lie. I feel like Jeffrey D. Morgan is down to get high at a coffee shop.
Oh, 100% he would have been on board. I think that we're going to get, we're going to get cucked a little again where he's not going to do it.
The bus took off. So,
yeah, the double decker bus had to go get gas.
I feel I need to defend the Boca Raton Championship Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship of the World of Boca Raton in Amsterdam.
defend the belt there?
I feel like I need to.
I mean, it's par for the course for you, and I could see it happen. But who would you fight?
Anyone, I don't really care.
Just-
I've never
just
been to Amsterdam, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I feel like I need to go there.
You've never been to Amsterdam? I feel
Nope.
like that's you are so well traveled. I feel like that's pretty par for the course
That's
for you.
pretty
That
much
you've gone
one of
there.
the like Amsterdam and Greece are like two of like the only and Paris. So I've been pretty much everywhere else.
And I've been nowhere. So I've been to Canada and Mexico and Hawaii.
You and Biggie can do the tour.
Dude, we've talked about this. Flying ain't my thing. Flying is
Okay.
not my thing.
All right, well, I mean, once you get there, you can ride on a bus forever, apparently.
Have you been on one of those big planes though? Like the ones that are just like the huge international ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know how it works, but like, is that as much turbulence as like a regular plane, like going from LA to San Francisco?
I mean, it depends on the weather and everything else, but no, they're it's kind of like driving like a big Cadillac versus driving a Nissan Versa.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Pilot Pete because Pilot Pete's used to the big
wait. Yeah, there's your first question for Pilot Pete.
Yeah, because Pilot Pete, how much turbulence is there on the big planes? Because I feel like I might be more of a big plane guy.
And will you marry me? I think is your follow.
Yes. Will you take my rose?
Yes. All right.
And deflower me?
Wow. Too soon, Bobby.
It was a rose reference, and then I realized how sexual it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I'm excited. I think that we're getting
Rick is a he owns a florist business.
We have an in.
Yeah.
I'm loving where they're headed with this. Like, this was the best episode of the season, right?
Yeah.
Like, this was the climax of it. I wish it would have come sooner, like this type of episode, because I feel like I'm not hearing as much buzz about this show as I would hope for like a possible season 2, because I'm enjoying it. I really am. And I think this episode was
I think with Love Island is literally the hottest thing on social media. It's like one of the most viewed shows out there in reality television. And I think with Jaina now on the cast, I could imagine things picking up this week.
I think so too. And we're down to the final 8. So, you know, Rick's alliance with Peter and Jana, like they're almost half the cast right now. So they've got a real power alliance going.
Yeah, I wish Mac was in with them, but as I said, I could foresee Kim being the 4th, because the edit makes it like, where's Kim coming out of nowhere to potentially win this thing?
Kim's got to align somewhere, or she's going to be so middle of the pack and no one's going to see her as a threat that they're going to keep her around and she's going to do something at the end to win. Like, that's the only Kim edit I can see. I think that the couple is really in trouble this next episode. I think people are going to be sick and tired of seeing them kissing and lovey-dovey, and I think they're going to be like, that's a power duo that's never going to turn on each other. Same with Biggie being part of that. I think they're going to start coming for them.
Okay. Well, I'm not against it. So, I mean, what would you rather hear at night, smooches or Pete's farts?
Pete's farts. I can live with Pilot Pete.
Would you play Guess My Fart with Pete?
Oh God, me and Pete would go back and forth. I will say this though, given the edit style we've been getting all season, right, and how little we've seen of Mac, this next boot could be Mac, because Mac isn't really aligned fully with anyone that we're seeing, and we're not getting a lot of Mac. Everyone else we're getting a pretty healthy dose of, and Mac's just the one outlier.
Yeah. Well, anyone that did not listen to our Rachel interview last week, you're insane, because
check it out.
One of the greatest interviews I've ever done in the history of podcasting.
It was a good one. Like, she was fun, man. She was fun. Like, we didn't get a lot from her on the show, but talking to her in person, she was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I am doing a Survivor viewing party in Austin. Hey, I got the hat. So yeah, get ready.
Oh, we gotta set that down, because I might have to come over there. We'll see. I don't know. Then I have to get in a plane.
Yeah, maybe you can drive. How long a drive is it from?
God, who knows? Like what, 12 hours from California to Texas? I don't know, something like that.
I might be driving that far to pick up a pinball machine. I don't know. Anyway,
Jesus.
all right. Well, check out our podcast. The interview with Ty tomorrow. It'll be up tomorrow afternoon. Check out our coverage of the Snake episode 2. Should be up nowish. We got 2 Love Island podcasts. Gabe's Big Move was recorded earlier. It's awesome. We got an interview with Raymond. Some of you might have known him as Spitzer Bledsoe from Survivor. Craziness. We have all kinds of
be good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that.
So yeah, so everyone check out all the stuff here at Reality After Show. Click the subscribe button, leave a comment. That's the best way to control the algorithm. Click like, share, all those fun things. And get a cameo at Jonny Fairplay. You guys blew me up for Father's Day. Thank you so much. I ended up buying some steaks with my cameo money. I was because like most Father's Days, I just had to cook for my family and not get taken to dinner. So,
are you sure it wasn't brains? Because I heard that's a delicacy there.
I went with fillets. I went to Sam's Club and got the fillets. So they might have brains. I'll double check next time.
Johnny, if you get to the point where you're cooking your own brains, then we have a real problem. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe. No, I don't want to. Yeah, the handling of the brain. As I said, I don't like them runny and just see. Yeah, that could be too much for me. Yeah. So
it still bothers me. It bothers me.
It should. So with that, everybody follow Bobby Goodsby on the gram at Goodsby Bobby. And until next time, bye everybody.
Bye.